Hey guys, it's Matt with BleepinJeep.com, and today we're doing a quick DIY and drive tutorial with pull-apart used auto parts. Let's do it. That's one mighty nice, fine looking fender right there. Let's take this off. I'll show you how to do it. First step, open the hood. Next step, we're going to take off these bolts right here. Now this happens to be a Jeep Cherokee. It uses Torx bolts. But no matter what kind of vehicle you're driving, there's going to be some kind of bolts holding the fender on up here. Now, it's best to do this at home first on your vehicle so you'll know which tools to bring. Otherwise, you'll just need to bring quite a few. Alright, so I've got all those bolts out. Let's move to the front. Now, more than likely, you'll need to remove something from up front here so that you can get to the bolts that are behind all this. Let's remove this with a Phillips screwdriver. Now when you're taking this stuff apart, keep in mind that somebody else might want that, so just throw it in the vehicle if you don't. Now we've got a few screws holding in this plastic bezel here, so just get rid of those. Alright, now more than likely if you're replacing your fender, you probably need this stuff too, because it's probably that you got into an accident. So, let's take that with us. Next, there's going to be some bolts right here and here. Those look like maybe 13 millimeter, so I'll grab a wrench for that. Alright, so the threads on this bottom one are really rusty, so usually I would recommend to bring some PB blaster with you or some penetrating oil. If you don't have any, let me show you this. Just grab some transmission fluid or brake fluid, whatever you can get your hands on. Let's dab that on there. That'll just help lubricate things when I go to pull that off, and maybe it won't break. There you go. It worked. Okay, well I was hoping that I could get to all the bolts from the front here, but I can't. Looks like we're going to have to remove the whole front clip because there's two bolts, those Torx bolts, that are hiding back behind the front clip here. So it won't take much longer. Let's go ahead and remove this whole thing. So there's some screws up front here in the grill. We'll just remove those real quick. Once we get those out, this front grill will pop out. Alright, take that, set it aside. Now we need to remove some bolts up here. So it's just those same Torx bolts that were on the side here, but we've got some across the top. Let's get rid of those. Okay, now there's one more bolt under the bumper here, and I could pull this whole thing off. But that's hard to get to, so what I think I can do is just pull this back a little bit, enough to get my Torx in there and get those two bolts that we need. Okay, there was actually three in there. I missed one, but now that I've got those three out, it's getting looser. There's going to be some other stuff under the bottom and behind the door. Let's get those. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this plastic skirt out from under here. Now you can do that with one of these little clip pullers. Just pop those suckers out, because you might want to keep this. Once you get all these out, you can just grab it with your hands and yank it out. And if you don't have one of these, a screwdriver will work okay as well. Alright, I think I got most of them. Now, let's see if I can get this off here. Whew. Alright, that skirt just keeps mud and rainwater out of there. So, got that out of the way. We can see what else is holding this sucker on there. I can see right here. It's kind of hard to see, but right at the top there's this little strap that holds the fender out. And on the back of that there's a, I believe that's 10mm nut So that has to come off. And then on the front, right below the horn here, there's 2 more 10mm nuts on the bottom. And on the back side, there are 2 more of those Torx bolts kind of in this direction. I'm going to pull all those out and get back with you in a second here. Alright, I got the bolts up front, the ones up top, the ones on the back. Now before we get too excited, there's a couple more inside the door here, but we're almost done. Okay, so if you look right there, you'll see another Torx. So we're going to need a Torx socket on an extension, and there's another one right below it. So let's get those 2 off. Okay, got those. Now let's see if we missed anything. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Check it out. Oh! Now that's how you remove a fender. Of course, every vehicle is going to be a little bit different, but I hope you got the idea. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, this is Matt with BleepinJeep. We'll see you next time.